Hello everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. In the last episode, we actually didn't have anything we didn't have a lot of things happen, but the things we did see happening were pretty major. So the yellow team collapsed, and so did the blue Indian team, and some more exploration happened over here in Southeast Asia. But in this episode, we're going to see some more stuff happening that include a lot of focus on the British Isles and Norway. Yeah, we're on episode 14. But anyways, going to the religion layer, we can go ahead and see the British Isles are all in one religion, that being the Orange religion. This religion is very popular and actually starts spreading into the Irish country, and it gets pretty much all of like the Dublin area in all of Northern Ireland. So, but yeah, like I said, this religion is expanding. Why are we down here? But this half of the Irish country does not want to go ahead and switch this religion. So actually, let's go ahead and take a look at what it really looks like. It looks a little bit more like this, and if we were to divide it, I really don't know where we would, but yeah. So this little island is getting like really messed up. There's a lot of bad things happening, like terrorist bombing or the equivalent of that. Not terrorist bombing, but the equivalent to that in the 18th century, which would just be like a bunch of people setting fire to, like, maybe this religion is setting a bunch of, you know, fires to like religion, to the Orange Team religion. But anyways, this country is actually gonna go ahead and split due to this, as a new purple nation forms up in this area. And they are a breakaway. I can go ahead and color them a little more purple. And they are a breakaway. And let's go ahead and take a look at how much they gain. Okay, so they gain all of that. And they don't have any major cities. So we can go ahead and place one down in it right there. We can go upgrade that into a capital. So there we go. And you may be wondering, why wasn't this economical alliance helping? Well, they are trying to. They just couldn't do it, I guess. I don't really know. Anyways, going south of here, the purple team. They've invaded a lot of countries recently. The Dutch, the lime team right here, the red team. So they're gonna go and also the English, but they're gonna go ahead and release their English lands so they can get more stability. Honestly, I don't know what to make this. Actually, I know what to make it. So a Cyan nation is released, and you know what these guys are gonna immediately do? They're gonna immediately join the Economical Alliance of the British Isles. They're gonna go ahead and put their capital in Cornwall, and this union is becoming really united. And yeah, this Ireland is becoming united, and the ideas of these countries unionizing is still very popular. In fact, it's actually spreading to all of these countries now. And something we could probably see in the future is a sort of like what is happening up here with the Holy Norwegian Empire, except they all stay as one under one actual holy religion, which is the Orange religion, of course. And yeah, so they are campaigning. They're trying to get the support of the people to form this union. It'll kind of be like Austria-Hungary. So like, if these nations ever were to colonize, they would be under the multiple different the different color. They won't be the same color, but these countries will they will probably be the first to colonize. They are they're rapidly getting good technology, and they are just expanding throughout the Atlantic Sea or Atlantic Ocean, trying to figure out more of this ocean, water, land stuff. Land stuff. I don't know why I said that. But anyways, they actually start to focus down south. But that will be all for right now. These guys are becoming enemies of the Holy Norwegian Empire, and they're starting to get a little bit more friendly with the Swedish and a little bit more friendly with the Gold team. They have neutral relations with the Purple team, but yeah, they are just prospering. They have a lot of good technology, and it seems like these nations are going to become, they can become fairly powerful, once they start colonizing. And they're also democratic, so we have to update this ideology layer. So these guys will get a flawed democracy. Once again, not a full democracy, just a flawed one. By the way, these guys, the purple team in Ireland, they are a monarchy. So there we go. They are a monarchy. Now, what is this blue country doing right here? Well, they do not have the support of their citizens in this. They are thinking of like they're not having a good they're just not having a good time with this, and they don't feel like this union would benefit them, even though it totally definitely probably would. Now, from here on out, I'm going to actually stop like pre-recording too early because it is currently for me right now. It is April 21st. It's 5:19 p.m. and I'm in Eastern Standard Time. But like, yeah. So I'm gonna stop pre-recording because I'm pretty sure this goes up on the 25th or 24th. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I need to stop pre-recording. I'm actually might just put these videos out quicker. I'll do like two a day, and then two a day again, and then do back to doing one a day because oh my, I am pre-recording. I haven't even edited the last video yet, so I guess that'll be a joy. But anyways, let's go on to the next event of this video, and that is going to go ahead and be here in Southeast Asia, or just mainland Asia, as a lot of land is starting to be explored, and I'm talking a lot. You know, these new nations that popped up, they're all for exploring, and they all are in a group together. They just start exploring the crap out of China. They reach Taiwan, and they get a lot of these great lands. They go all the way up into Korea, and even into, what is this, like Eastern Russia. They get to this island right here, and from here, they're gonna eventually stop as a couple new countries are going to be forming in this area. Okay, I know so many Wixos have a beige Chinese nation, but I'm telling you, beige is the best color for a Chinese country. I'm telling you, it really is. And I mean, I've tried dark red, it kind of fits, but this beige looks better. So, a new beige country will form up in this area of China right here. Is that beige? Am I colorblind? That looks a little green to me. I think I might be colorblind. Anyways, these guys will expand greatly. They are a bunch of migrants from a bunch of different countries, mainly the Indian countries, and they just start expanding pretty rapidly, actually. A new blue nation right here will pop up. They are an expansionist type country, and yeah, so they are going to be expanding a lot into these central areas because they're weirdos like that. I don't know. And they just start exploring the heck out of this Chinese Mongolian land, and they're doing pretty well with it too. From here, we see kind of like a pink nation form up in Siberia, a purple one in Korea, and these nations are appearing very rapidly. The brown team in Southeast Asia not wanting to lose too much land before they can get it. They're gonna claim a really big chunk, and then so is the orange team. They claim pretty much all of this until they state they will no longer be expanding, and that will be it for them. Well, expanding up north, expanding down south, they are gonna continue to do that. And eventually, explorers meet up, and they meet up in Mongolia. They go along Lake Baikal, and like I said, they just start exploring the heck out of this area. This is the age of exploration in this timeline, as even in Africa, a lot of land starts to be explored, specifically on the coast. And adding the explored waters, this is what it looks like. So yeah, a lot and a lot of land starts to be explored into the Himalayan region until actually pretty much all of it does get explored. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do that just for simplicity reasons. I don't really want there to be just a big gray spot right there for the rest of like 10 episodes. So I'm just gonna leave it there like that. And we won't see any new countries form up except for a new one in southern China, and that will be like a dark bluish type team. Actually, I'm gonna make them a dark green. I just like that color better in this region. But anyway, that is gonna do it for Asia in this episode. Let's move on. I don't know why I said that. Weird. Let's move on to some more stuff, like some more expansion by a country known as Russia. Once again, they're on the expansionist route. they could just keep going, and they don't really have to stop because no one is telling them to. I mean, people are probably want them to. They're just not gonna do it because they don't have any competition in this area. Anyways, um, let's go over here to this border right here. This is not good. Things are not getting good in this border right here. And a certain country, maybe known as the Russian Empire, accidentally, maybe not accidentally, when we probably will never know. They take a little bit of land right here. Now this wouldn't be the biggest of issues if they just said it was a mistake, but they hold this for several weeks, and they are not stopping. They are insistent this is their land, even though it's not, and they know it's not. They are just trying to cause something, and that something is a declaration of war. And as they start shooting soldiers in the region, Ottoman soldiers in the region, the Ottoman soldiers will, of course, shoot back. Russia will see this as a aggression against the well, they see the Ottomans being the aggressors, even though the Russians were most definitely them the aggressors. And you know what's gonna happen? War, and that is not good because if we go ahead and look at the military alliances, that is basically a first, like, it's bad. It's bad. It's basically our first Great War, and that is not good. I mean, we already had a pretty great war. That was I mean, we have really two big great wars: the blue team dying and then the red team dying. So, yeah, but now we have the Russians versus the Ottomans, and it will be very interesting to see what happens between these two. But like I said, the Russians will keep invading, and yeah, they're just storming in to the Ottomans, especially over here in this region. But that is actually going to go ahead and do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This video was not very eventful, but it's also one of the most eventful because this is basically our first really great war. It spans through two continents. I mean, the other one did too, with the red team declaration of dead. But anyways, that is gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Also, like I said, I am going to stop pre-recording these so early. I really like making these videos, but I need to stop pre-recording them so early. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Good.